What is up, everybody? It's RST6414 here. Another video. This video is me reviewing Raw. It literally just finished like a minute ago. I'm just gonna take you through the matches, give the rating of the overall show rating. I may rate a few matches, but not every single one of them. So, give you my thoughts of the last Raw going into Extreme Rules. There were some matches made for Extreme Rules tonight, a few title matches that looked pretty good to me. Going into Extreme Rules, I was sort of excited to see the Steel Cage match, and now I'm pretty excited to see the two title matches added. I'll tell you what they are in a few minutes. We start off the night, if you watched Raw last week, with Chris Jericho and Fandango having a dance-off. They had this like ballroom floor. Summer Rae, who's on NXT, comes out with Fandango, and then Chris Jericho comes out with the Ballroom Dancer. They're in talking trash, and Fandango's spinning Summer Rae around. She like falls on the ground like my ankle, and then Jericho comes to check on him. Check on her. Fandango gets mad, walks out, runs right back in the ring, kicks Jericho in the face, and then basically beats him up for the rest of the next 5 minutes or so, just throwing him against things. Uh, Fandango enters the ring, picks Summer Rae up, and she's fine, and then they just start dancing. She faked it the whole time, which was pretty obvious. This whole segment was the stupidest part of the whole show. I hated it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. It's terrible. I knew it was gonna be awful, and that's about all I can say about it. Fandango just beats Jericho up, and Summer Rae faked the whole ankle injury, which is pretty obvious. So that was whatever. That takes us into trying to see what the first match was. I forgot already. It was Ryback versus Zack Ryder. It was just a squash match, basically. Ryder is wearing some pants now, or whatever you call them, not trunks anymore, but what he used to have. So now he has these boots with these wrestling pants on. Like almost, I forget what they're called, but that was okay, I guess. They actually cover both of his legs this time, not like last time when he was in ECW. He had one leg with a trunk and the other one was just like a pant, and it was stupid. But this time he has pants. It's about the highlight of the whole match. If you're a Zack Ryder fan, Ryback basically beat him up, delivers the meat hook, I think, and then the shell shock for the 1, 2, 3. That's basically it. Takes us to our. Then they like show a promo of Ryback Cena, I think, and then it takes us into our next match, which I think was Kofi and Damian Sandow. Or actually, no, this next part is actually one of the better parts. It's a segment. Teddy Long comes out and informs the crowd. Sorry, I have to keep reminding myself, but it's a 3-hour show, so cut me some slack. If a 3-hour show, it's hard to remember what everything happened 3 hours ago, but they bring Tay Long out. He addresses the world's heavyweight title scene. Ziggler's out. He can't wrestle. Extreme Rules. They say Swagger and Culture come out and like, give Swagger the championship. He's the whole reason that Ziggler won in the first place. And then he struck his little mustache. And then AJ and Big E come out and say blah blah. Just yell at him for a minute or two. AJ does, and then Teddy says tonight there's gonna be as far as Extreme Rules, it's gonna be an I Quit match, no more ladder match. So basically all those ladders they've been using the past couple weeks are pointless, stupid. I Quit matches or whatever to me. A lot of them. It seems like last one was Big Show Del Rio at Royal Rumble. Is a pretty good match, but they duct taped him, which I don't like how something ends when somebody gets duct taped to some ropes and says I quit because they can't move. That's stupid. Or I think that was actually a last man standing match. I can't exactly remember the last one. Sorry, but Del Rio and Swagger for an I Quit match. This should be pretty good. I do like Swagger. I hope he can win. I'm not racist. I know he has a racist gimmick. But no, I am not racist. I do like Jack Swagger, even though he's a pothead, I still like him. He's a decent wrestler in my opinion. Hope he can win. Should be a decent match, but is not nearly as good as a World Heavyweight title match, which would have been pretty sick. We all know Ziggler would have won probably, even if it was a world title match, but just having those three guys in the same ring is pretty cool to watch. For a title, it puts more emphasis on it, makes the match better, in my opinion, but whatever, I guess it's cool that they have an I Quit match now. So overall, I mean, this is whatever to me. Then that's about it. They say tonight we're going to have a vote on WWE app. Vote Big E versus Del Rio, and if you want him to face Del Rio, or vote Swagger if you want Big E to face Swagger. And that brings us to our next match, Kofi Kingston and Damien Sandow. They announced that there's a U.S. title match, Dean Ambrose, The Shield versus Kofi Kingston at Extreme Rules. That'll be pretty cool. Haven't seen Ambrose or The Shield in any title matches. They're putting one more. I'll talk about that a little later. It's pretty cool. I do like Kofi Kingston. I hope he can win. I do like Ambrose and the Shield a lot, but if Ambrose happened to win, I wouldn't be crushed. But I do like Kofi. I hope he can retain Extreme Rules. Maybe, maybe not. I'll make a prediction video maybe Saturday or Sunday, informing you what I think will happen, what predictions will be. Um, this match is decent. Sandow delivers Russian leg sweep in the match. That's a near fall, I think. And then he's going for a back and forth action. He's going for a suplex. Kingston counters it and delivers Trouble in Paradise for the 1-2-3. Kingston wins, and that's basically the match. I mean, it was like 5 minutes. A lot of these matches tonight they got a lot of matches in, but a lot of them were shorter than normal, so it wasn't as lengthy matches. But this match was still decent. Then that takes us, I'm trying to think. After that, oh yeah, Mark Henry comes out, talks about the strap match, brings out a strap, demonstrates how he's going to do it on Josh Matthews, the rules and everything. Matthews runs out of the ring after he's demonstrated, and basically has him in a strap. Then he calls Sheamus out. Sheamus comes out, takes a strap from underneath the ring, whips Henry with it a couple times. Henry rolls out of the ring. Walks out as usual. This match will be okay. I'm not a huge fan of the strap match because you have to touch every corner of the ring. I think that's stupid. The strap's cool, but I don't like how you have to touch every corner. It's stupid, in my opinion. But this match should be decent, I think. I like Mark Henry. I hope he can win. But yeah, that takes us to the next match, which is Orton versus Cesaro. This match was okay, I thought. There was back and forth most of the match, not nearly as much time as the main event match. If you watch that, this was decent, but it was sort of like Kingston Sandow, maybe a little longer than Kingston Sandow, 6 or 7 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. Back and forth. Orton delivers that move where he just throws him over. And then he has him on the ropes for Vintage Orton. Cesaro counters out, rolls Orton up for the 1-2 near fall, and then out of nowhere, Cesaro gets up and Orton delivers the RKO for the 1-2-3. Earlier in the night, I forgot to mention, I think it was after the Ryback Ryder match. I'm sorry, I forgot a match. It was Tons of Funk versus the Primetime Players. This match is whatever, it's 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. I do like the Primetime Players. It was Tenzai performed a rolling senton. That was the highlight of the match for Tons of Funk. In the corner, the turnbuckle hits Young, and then Young has his little pick. If you watch, he stabs Brodus Clay with it in the chest, and Titus O'Neil comes in and rolls Clay up, who was in for the 1-2. Titus O'Neil was already in the ring for the 1-2-3. Young wasn't the legal dude in the ring, but he stabbed him, pricked him with his little comb, and then O'Neil rolls him up for the 1-2-3. Sorry, I forgot that was the match after Ryback Ryder was the second match of the night. This match was alright. Not too much to talk about that one. Trying to see after Orton Cesaro. Miz returns versus Slater. Miz has been gone for filming some Christmas movie with ABC Family. Slater and Miz in singles action. McIntyre and Mahal are in for 3 and B. This match was pretty good. It was longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought Miz was going to come in and destroy Slater. Slater performed pretty well. He delivered a kick to Miz's face because Miz was distracted for the 1-2 near fall. Then he hit him face and planted him in the canvas for the 1-2 again. Throw at the top rope. Miz pushes Slater off the top rope, and Slater falls and takes out 3B members. Then later on, they get in the ring. Miz delivers a kick to the knees. Slater's down, and then Miz performs a figure four lock. Flair's old move, and then Slater taps at that. The match was decent, I thought. Wasn't great, wasn't bad. I thought it was one of the better ones of the night. This Raw was decent. I thought it was better than last week's, but the matches didn't get as much time. But they put more matches this week. There was some video packages of Brock Lesnar and Triple H and Ryback and Cena. I can't exactly remember when those were, but they were. I'm not going to talk about them because we've seen them so many times over the past couple weeks. If you watch WWE TV a lot. Their TV shows show promo every time. Basically all the video packages were those. There were some segments on interactive app. Then we go to The Shield versus Cena and Team Hell No. This match was pretty good. I thought it was one of the better matches of the night. I didn't like the ending too much, but Kane ends up getting counted out. This is a 3-on-3 elimination match. Each member gets eliminated. They have to leave. Kane takes out Rollins over the rope and then gets counted out. He's punching him, and then the count of 10, he's out via count out. Kane goes out. Then Daniel Bryan comes in with the hot tag, delivers a suicide dive on Shield. Then puts him in a move, I think, for a near fall, and then he gets can't remember. I think Bryan may get rolled up for the 1-2-3. Hold on, guys. Sorry, this match was lengthy. I can't exactly remember. Well, whatever. Ambrose tries to perform a move. Bryan gets eliminated. Then Ambrose, Rollins, and Reigns. Reigns gets disqualified because he spears Cena and keeps hitting him, and Rollins gets thrown over the rope, and Cena performs the attitude adjustment on Rollins. The 1-2-3. He was the first member of the Shield to be eliminated. It was all three members versus Cena. Cena performs all that Superman gimmick. Hate that. Sorry, I'm in sort of a bad mood. I'm just sort of tired. If I'm being negative, but not a huge fan of Cena. Cena performs the attitude adjustment after he throws Rollins over the rope. Then Reigns spears Cena. Reigns keeps hitting Cena. Ref tells him to stop. He doesn't. Automatic DQ. Then Ambrose tries to perform his signature move. I think something Bulldog Pile Driver, maybe, not exactly. I can't remember. Cena counters it, puts him in the STF lock, and then the Shield comes in and breaks it up, and the match is disqualified. They beat Cena up, and that's sort of the end of the match. I'd like it a lot more if it was a clean finish, but let's face it, we all knew it wasn't going to be. Then that takes us into our next match, which was Swagger gets voted to be in the match against Big E, so it's pretty good. Swagger ends up winning. This is back and forth. This, to me, was the best match of the night. I don't know, a lot of people I like Swagger, but they're just delivering it back and forth pretty even. Not really one or the other was dominating towards the end of the match. I think one of them got thrown in the steel steps maybe once or twice, maybe into the barricade, can't remember. Big E throws Swagger in the barricade. He's running at the barricade full speed, jumps at Swagger, and Swagger moves out of the way. Big E nails the barricade, flips over the top of it. Swagger gets in the ring at the count of 9, and then Big E gets counted out. Swagger wins via count out. This match is pretty good. Then after the match, Del Rio comes in, whoops up on Swagger. Then Swagger's whooping up on Del Rio. Ricardo comes in with his bucket, hits Swagger in the back of the head. Swagger doesn't do anything to him. He drills Ricardo in the face with his foot, kick to the face. Del Rio puts him in a cross arm breaker. Then Big E breaks it up. Del Rio gets mad, kicks Big E in the face, takes him out, and then think him and Swagger exchanging punches, and then hit Swagger over the top rope. Swagger falls out outside the ring. Him and Coulter evacuate ringside, and then that's sort of it. Del Rio's like this, like, I'm the best. I just took out all those two guys. Pretty cool after the match. What played out, I thought that was a pretty cool part of the night. One of the better parts. I like that. And then that takes us to a Divas match. Kayla versus, AJ versus Natalia. This match was decent. For a Divas match, they don't get much time in WWE, as you know. I don't mind the Divas division. If they just give them a little more time, I wouldn't mind it, but, whatever. I do like Natalia. I think she's the best in-ring worker in the Divas division. But they're sort of exchanging, and then AJ's talking trash because the Bellas and Caitlyn are at the commentator's booth, and she's like doing all this like blowing kisses and stuff to Caitlyn because they're in a Divas match. She's #1 contender for the Divas title. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the Shield. Rollins and Reigns are up against Team Hell No. That match was announced before the Shield Team Hell No Cena match. It's going to be a tag title match. Tornado tag match is the stipulation. Reigns and Rollins versus Team Hell No, being Kane and Daniel Bryan. Sunday Extreme Rules Tornado tag match. That should be really exciting. Should be pretty cool. I'm excited about that one. Hope the Shield can win that one, Rollins and Reigns. But Team Hell No's held the tag titles for a while. I'll let you know who I think is going to win my predictions for all the matches. So check that out. It's Friday or Saturday. Look for that. Then AJ and Natalia. Then, like I was saying about that match, sorry I left out the title match that was made. I had to bring that up. Big news. AJ puts her in like the Black Widow move, which is basically like she has her leg around Natalia's neck and around her leg, and then Natalia has to tap. AJ wins, and that's it. Then we go to they just bring a bunch of video packages of what's played out between Brock Lesnar and Triple H over the past year. Triple H is in a steel cage. They're just exchanging back and forth words. Like, Paul Heyman's basically talking like he normally does. Triple H. It's like, Brock Lesnar, why don't you... Paul Heyman's like, Triple H, you're not worth it to fight until Extreme Rules, blah, blah, blah. Triple H is like, well, I'm sick of you, Paul Heyman. I don't hear Brock Lesnar talk. Brock Lesnar, get down here, or else you're a little bitch, is what he said. Brock Lesnar gets mad, comes down to the ring, enters the steel cage, the suspense, and they go at it. Brock Lesnar's just trucking Triple H into the turnbuckle head first, as he normally does. Then Triple H bounces back. Lesnar, I think he throws Lesnar with like that, tosses him. And then he pushes Lesnar all the way out of the ring. Lesnar drills the door for the steel cage, takes out Paul Heyman, who's on the steel steps, watching what's going on. And then Lesnar and Heyman walk out, and Triple H is like, the crowd is going, got a pretty decent pop. I'm excited for this steel cage match. Should be good. Don't know who's going to win. It's not too easy to predict. Some people are saying Triple H, some are saying Lesnar. I'll give you my predictions later. Should be a good match. Overall, I'd say this show is a 7 out of 10 is what I'll give Raw. Pretty good. Matches weren't long enough, but 3 hours they got a decent amount of matches in, maybe 5 or 6. They all lasted. The most was probably 10, 15 minutes. Shield, Cena, and Team Hell No. And then the Swagger Langston lasted about 10 minutes. The rest lasted probably under. The matches were pretty good, even though they were short. So yeah, overall 7 out of 10. Check out my videos. I'll have a main event review. Will probably be my next video Wednesday night after main event. Then I'll have Superstars NXT reviews, SmackDown review, Impact Wrestling review later in the week, and then I'll have my Extreme Rules predictions and review and wrestling review of the week. That's the future. Maybe the videos I'll put up. I'll probably have some more mini-series coming up. I'll announce once I get more subscribers that'll watch, more people to watch my videos, and I'll do some mini-series. And yeah, check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks, guys.